At our most recent inclusive leadership training day, one of our participants said, "I'm very confident in my leadership approach, and to me, everybody is equal. I don't see colour, I don't see gender, I don't see disability. I treat everyone as they should be treated on their individual merit, and that's what makes me good at my job." Now, that conversation led me to reflect upon my early days with CRSE Group and what you would witness right now in terms of the existing webpage. Because in the early days, I would say, I don't talk explicitly about diversity or inclusion or belonging. I treat people how I would like to be treated, and I feel like that statement is kind of telling people how to suck eggs. Now that I have lent much more deeply into my inclusive leadership development, I recognise the unintended harm that can occur from not recognising those intersectionalities that make up the individuals that we live and work with in our own communities. Because by not seeing colour, not seeing race, not seeing accents, not seeing gender, not seeing disability, you get the idea, we're actually being quite dismissive of the access to privilege that we have that has enabled us to navigate life in a certain way. Now, when I reflect on why it is that I'm good at what I do, is because treating others as I want to be treated comes from the reality of experiencing childhood trauma and also being a neurodivergent individual. And what that's meant is that there have been so many times across my professional career where I really wasn't treated in the way that I deserved to be treated, because people had particular assumptions or biases in relation to me. And it wasn't even in relation to those unspoken things around childhood trauma or neurodivergence. It very often was the fact that I was a career-loving parent. I was a mother who cared very deeply about her career and leadership development. And a lot of the times those opportunities were not available to me purely due to the nature of I was known as the lady with the baby in the public sector. So I'm going to share a few resources to help you really lean into the why our good intentions around treating everyone as equal and not seeing colour and not seeing gender and not seeing disadvantage and not seeing disability actually are causing a rod for our own back in terms of our own commitment to inclusive leadership and authentic delivery on our diversity, inclusion and belonging initiatives in our own life, in our workplace and in our communities. Those three resources are, first of all, the picture that shows the three children watching a sport game and the difference between equity, equality and justice. It's a really tangible way to demonstrate that we can't just treat everyone the exact same way and hope for the same outcome. The second piece is a YouTube video that demonstrates what in the world we mean by access to privilege. And the third piece is a HBR article on inclusive leadership that explicitly states what it is in relation to understanding and addressing microaggressions that is missed when we do not see colour, do not see gender, for example. I'd love to work through this with you more, and through attendance of our inclusive leadership training, we will delve into all the nuances that occur with this sort of personal development and really help you make sense of it, be compassionate to yourself as you make sense of it, and give you tangible actions to commence your inclusive leadership journey.